Hey there, I'm Matt, co-founder at Helpt.
And I'm David, co-founder at Helpt.
And this is the Cool Kids Table.
This isn't your typical industry podcast. We sit down with MSPs, vendors, and channel pros to swap stories, share real insights, and have a little fun.
You'll get expert takes along with sports debates and some class clown moments. It's part grade school nostalgia and part real talk about what's going on in business.
No scripts, no sales pitches, just a real lunchroom conversation.
So grab your tray and let's hang out at the Cool Kids Table.
Welcome to the Cool Kids Table podcast. I'm Matt, one of the founders here at Helpt, and I am hosting with my co-founder, David.
Hey everybody, today we have special guest Steve Taylor, lead content manager at Alternative Payments. Steve, tell us a little bit about yourself and Alternative Payments.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. How's it going? David, Matt, thank you very much for having me on, guys. The quick version is I've been in IT in some capacity since 2002. I started my own MSP in 2009. I started making content for MSPs in 2017, and events transpired. Mistakes were made, and here I am. I'm working full time at Alternative Payments as a lead content manager. So I get to do like webinars and podcasts all day, every day. And I absolutely love what I do and who I get to do it for.
Some mistakes were made, but it sounds like it's a happy ending.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those you have to, what is it? Break a few eggs to make an omelet.
I was going to say kiss a few frogs, but yeah, that one works too.
I'd rather not.
Let's think back to the high school years of Steve Taylor here. So you're back in high school. You're going through that lunch line every day. What was the best food? What was the worst food in the school cafeteria?
I'll be honest, man. Like, I have really terrible memory. I don't know what the worst food was, but I know what my favorite food was. And it was the Fiesta pizza. You guys remember those? I found where I could order them. I kind of get on kicks when it comes to food. I got myself hooked on this ramen noodle dish. Okay. And now I've got spicy mac and ramen cheese.
All right. I mean, cheese is good on anything.
I learned of that recipe because I get bored at night and watch people cook because, you know, while you're laying in bed trying to fall asleep is the best time to get hungry.
Now, I know you have a lunchbox there. Are you going to open that up and show us a ramen concoction?
It's just going to be noodles flopping out.
I hope so, man. So when I was a kid, Doritos were like a requirement in my house, right? Cool Ranch was one of my favorites. I mean, they only had two flavors of Doritos when I was a kid, though.
Nacho cheese and Cool Ranch, right?
And that was it. But now my new favorite is the sweet, spicy chili.
Do you know what we're doing today?
I have no idea what's happening.
I'm going to show you our Jeopardy board.
Man, I'm going to be so rich by the time we're done. I hope. I've always thought, you know, go big or go home whenever I would watch Jeopardy as a kid. So class clown for 500, man.
All right. What's one thing in tech that people take way too seriously? And what would happen if we all just chilled about it for a minute?
Should I say cybersecurity? That would be fun. One thing people take way too seriously is their own feelings when it comes to having a conversation with your client about what they should be doing to better, you know, protect, manage, whatever with their business. At the end of the day, it's their business. It's not yours. The only thing you should feel is it's time to go to the next one, or it's time to rethink how I have these conversations with my clients if you think that strongly about something. But I mean, it's not your business. Their business is not yours.
So you're the advisor, you're the consultant, you're not the dictator because you are the vendor to them. I like that.
Yeah.
It would be a better experience for everybody.
Let's do class clown for 400.
Holiday marketing can get a little extra. What's the most over-the-top holiday campaign you've ever seen or secretly wanted to bring to life?
I can't think of anything over the top because they're all gradually getting over the top together. Right? When I think about Christmas, I'll say this. I always think in the MSP channel of the channel program holidays event that they run. They do a fantastic job marketing the thing. There's always some cool prizes or gifts, however you want to look at it.
All right, let's keep going. Let's you rack up those points.
Yeah, I'm going to do jock for 500. Let's try something different.
Great coaches build dynasties, not just seasons. What's the lasting impact you hope to leave on the channel game?
Ooh, I run a bunch of webinars at Alternative Payments, and we have Office Hours is a series of webinars that we do, and they are super educational. So I'll bring on vendors to teach MSP stuff and all that to say, I love teaching people things. I don't love wasting people's time. And the impact I want to have is helping the whole MSP channel, whether it's MSPs or vendors, feel like they're doing better because of what I'm helping them learn.
I like that. What would you dress up as while you're doing the teaching?
I don't wear like a pig suit or anything.
Got it.
If you trimmed just the right way, lost the glasses, you could do like the Zangief look. Street Fighter. Running a business is like a battle, and you gotta be a fighter.
I'll drive them.
I like it. I'm not much of a dress up guy. If anything, I would be the well-informed idiot. I'd wear like fancy looking silk pajamas with a silk robe, and I'd get the pipe that all it does is blow out bubbles. And I'd talk with a weird accent or something. I don't actually know. Overachiever for 500.
You've turned content into a strategic asset, not just a marketing tool. What's the difference between content that changes minds and content that just fills feeds?
Education. I think that's what it really comes back to. When I sit down with somebody and say, hey, let's do a webinar together, my goal is let's figure out what we can teach people. Obviously, like both of our companies have goals and metrics, right? We have to generate leads. And it would be foolish of me to say, oh, that's not at all what my webinars do. Yeah, they generate leads. But I think the way I'm doing it is a better way and generates cleaner results, in my opinion.
There's value to filling the feed, but if you do it with education, you end up creating content that actually influences.
Correct.
I love it.
Overachiever 400.
He is overachieving with the points.
Alternative Payments is reshaping how MSPs think about billing. What's one mindset shift MSPs need to make if they want to treat payments as a strategic advantage instead of an operational chore?
MSPs, when you think about service delivery, your first instinct is how can I automate all the things, right? How do I automate new user onboarding? How do I automate setting up new computers? All that different stuff, right? So you start setting up, whether it's some really advanced VB script or something like an RPA platform like Roost or whatever, you start looking into automation. Well, that's why we built Alternative Payments, because we want to help MSPs automate the entire accounts receivable process. If your goal is to work smarter and not harder, that's why we built Alternative Payments. So bottom line, find ways to have the little robot in your computer do as much of your accounting as possible, because when configured correctly, it just works.
That's beautiful. I think that a lot of people think about the customer experience from the thing that they're most focused on, right? They're thinking about service delivery, like you said, but the entire experience is every touch point they have with you as somebody providing service to them. If everything's all messed up, that's a bad experience. And somebody's going to start complaining immediately about how your accounts aren't working and doing the things that they'd expect. I'm assuming Alternative Payments makes that easier.
We absolutely do. We give MSPs a customer portal that their clients can sign into. It's beautiful. It's responsive. It works on mobile, desktop, and your clients will actually use it. And we've got facts that back that statement up.
I think that last point is really the key. There's so many neat things out there that are just tough to access, tough to get into. I mean, you talked about cybersecurity being something where maybe we shouldn't take it quite so seriously. Cybersecurity is striking the balance between actually enforcing the security and still leaving things convenient. There's so many great things out there that are just out of sight, out of mind, hidden behind too many layers of security, just too hard to use generally. So when you can put something valuable front and center, people do use it.
Yeah. Well, might as well do jock for 400.
Athletes talk about playing to your strengths versus fixing your weaknesses. For MSPs heading into 2026, which approach wins more and why? Doubling down on what they do best, shoring up the gaps.
It's tough, man. I do think you have to do both. If you do one more than the other, that's one thing, right? But if you think about it, again, look at cybersecurity, right? Or AI. There's probably things you're just not doing. Is it something you should be doing? Have a conversation with your current customers. Find out what their weaknesses are. Find out where they're going and see if you have gaps based on your conversation. If you do, then you should fill them, fix them. If you don't, then start looking at your strengths and seeing how you can lean into that.
Prioritize the gaps. If they're, high value, then go on and double down on what you can do best.
Correct. Let's go back to Class Clown 300.
Would you rather only communicate in Christmas song lyrics for an entire day or have jingle bells jingling every time you take a step?
Ooh.
And yes, this is a threat, so choose wisely.
The jingle bells jingling, do other people hear them too? Because I might go with that one if that means I can be more obnoxious.
No, it's Justin. It's like the cloud over Charlie Brown's head or whatever that was. It's
See,
just going to be you.
That's no good. No, I'll go with the songs then.
All right. So then with that in mind, in order to keep your points, you need to answer the rest of these questions in the form of a Christmas jingle.
Why?
You made the choice. I'm sorry. There's consequences with the decisions that we make.
This is going to be great. Let's do Overachiever.
You've helped MSPs communicate better through content, education, and community. What's one thing the channel consistently gets wrong about storytelling, and how would fixing it change the way vendors connect with MSPs?
I'm trying to figure out how to connect I want a hippopotamus for Christmas to this, okay? Just so we're clear. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. That's all you're getting out of me. Storytelling comes so naturally to me. Like this one time when all I wanted was a hippopotamus for Christmas, and one actually came. And then I found out it was just a guy dressed up as a hippopotamus. I was very disappointed. So one thing the channel consistently gets wrong about storytelling is they're not actually telling a story. They're just
making up a narrative.
I think it depends, right? Because I think you should use storytelling for everything, even for sales. And I think a lot of people don't realize how helpful storytelling can be in all aspects of life.
Powerful and memorable. That was the buzzer. Let's do lightning round. Let's do one more real quick before we tally up the final score.
Jock 300.
In your world, content is almost like a sport. Consistency, timing, and execution matter a ton. What's the training regimen behind keeping content fresh and consistent?
Before you go on stage and sing, you got to do a vocal warm-up. So, right? And then you can sing. For me, I practice sometimes. You just got to sit here and think about what you're going to say, practice saying it.
All right. Well, it looks like if I did my math right, you got 3,600 points.
New high score?
It's pretty up.
Oh my goodness. Dean, of course.
Now you got to go to the mystery lunchbox question. You get to choose how much you want to wager. So you have 3,600 to put on the line. Before you decide, though, which category best describes you?
I 100% believe I'm the class clown, and I'm 100% going to wager all of it.
Perfect.
All right.
What year did the first online credit card transaction occur, marking the start of modern e-commerce holiday shopping?
Shit.
I mean, you have a 1 in, I'll say, 30 chance. So, decent odds if you're just guessing here.
I'm going to guess. I'm not Googling it, okay? My hands are up. I don't even remember what year Amazon launched. So I'm going to guess it was before Y2K. And I'm going to guess 1996.
I feel like this is going to be something where it's going to be a few years earlier than you realize. If we're doing over-under, I'm going to say it's a little bit before 96.
You're probably right. But what do I know, man?
Well, let's see. Let's see what you know.
Probably in the 80s for all I know.
It's 1994. And the
so
first
close.
sale was a Sting CD.
Wow.
So close.
Dang, that was really close.
I'm glad it wasn't my points on the line. I'm sorry, Steve. You're back to zero.
It's okay. It was either I have to beat Dean or I'm just not going to be on the board. There was no other choice.
Dean or bust. Yep.
I will wear my wall of shame crown with pride.
You've earned your seat at the Cool Kids table. So where can everybody find you?
You can find me on LinkedIn. If you go to LinkedIn and look up MF and Steve, that is my username, or on Facebook, or on Reddit, or and a lot of other places. Or you can find me at work with alternative payments, where I'm doing 2 or 3 webinars every week, guys.
Nice.
Thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the chaos.
Oh, this was great. I'm going to eat some more for my lunchbox.
Well, you said you're going to win a bunch of money, and you didn't quite get the money, but you got the $100,000, so that's good.
I got $100,000, guys. This was worth it. Thank you, guys.